Fame on Fire have dropped their second album, The Death Card.
Third, yeah.
Well,
Oh, was it third? Okay.
yeah. I was gonna say we could say second if we want to ignore.
Just forget about Welcome to the Chaos.
The other one, and now we're here.
Yeah, it's been 4
I
years
really
since
like
they
this
last
album.
dropped an album. Actually, they definitely didn't drop anything in 2022.
This is my most played album of the month.
Of the year. It's a slip. He slipped.
Write that down. Write that down.
Of the last 30 days, according to Last FM.
Man,
and that is because this album is carried by 3 singular songs and no others. No Tomorrow, Spiral, and Chains are my 3 favorite songs of this album.
You might be cooking, brother.
It's
No Tomorrow, Chains,
phenomenal.
and Spiral gap everything else on this album.
I don't like giving gaps because that's stupid, but otherwise, I think all the rest of the album is kind of mid compared to those 3 songs.
Nothing Left is pretty good too, but I mean, really, there is very clearly the top echelon of songs on this album. And as far as I'm concerned, at the very top is Spiral. I have waited half a year to talk about this song because I knew that, because Spiral I think was like the second single that come out, and I saw them grouped together as a single, and I'm like, okay, Fame on Fire, they're in an album cycle now, so I'm just gonna wait till the album comes out instead of talking about it as a single. I can finally talk about it. Spiral is one of my most played songs of the year. Just the hook of you're the poison inside my veins, memories I can't erase, you just keep pulling me under, you're the sickness inside of me, toxic insanity sending me into a spiral. And then the breakdown is also just phenomenal. One of my favorite Fame on Fire songs easily, and a song that find like the spring of this year for me. One of the most memorable songs of the beginning of this year as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'd say my favorite on the album is a tie between Chains and Spiral. No Tomorrow, I think, is my most played of the album, but I think that's just because like the other 2 are so high energy. Sometimes you don't kind of want to listen to that stuff. You kind of want to listen to more like slower stuff.
It's a little slower and more calm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Fame on Fire, they have really dialed in on just perfecting the octane core sort of sound. And depending on who you ask, I think they're either more or less successful at that. But like the peaks that they show on this album it is like undeniable that they know how to write a catchy melody with really fun riffs.
I think this is their best album.
Can they pull it off? I would agree. It's just, can they pull that off for like 10 to 12 songs consistently? I would say that is yet to be proven. But their peaks are well up there with some of the best making this sort of post-hardcore, hard rock, metalcore, catchy melodies with guitar riffs and breakdowns and all that sort of stuff. They can be at the top of their game, they just aren't consistently.
Yeah. That's about where I'm at.
Guys, I can't believe I'm about to say this.
No way.
Yeah.
I really liked this album.
Yeah, let's go.
It's a sigh of relief.
Oh my
man.
God.
I didn't even listen to it. I was like,
now you have to because Derek likes it.
It's Fame on Fire. I can't listen to this.
That's where I was at. And I was like, well, I didn't like Levels. I thought Levels was kind of corny. I thought their last album, what was it? Welcome
to the Chaos, baby.
The Chaos. Yeah, that shit was awful. That's one of the worst albums I've ever heard. I can't lie. Like, I just, on so many levels, did not enjoy that album. And I thought, you know what? It can't get any worse. I got 40 spare minutes. Let's get in there, because I can't continue to hate on the band if I don't give their new material a chance. I went into this with a hater mentality. And I think
we're proven wrong.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, this is leagues and leagues better than Welcome to the Chaos. I
They
mean,
took your criticism.
it certainly
took it
seems
personally.
They listen.
I can't believe how much better this is. I think, and this coming from somebody who's very disillusioned with metalcore this year and has more or less been very pop oriented. I think that they really show their roots as a cover band here in terms of understanding pop melodies and vocal hooks, but they've leveled up their instrumentation from the last album. They've toned down the things that didn't work. It certainly sounds like, at least, taken a more introspective look at their lyrics and their writing, and it's great. I saved, I think, every song on this album besides Unalive and the closer, which I still thought was a good closer. I think what it took maybe for them is, this is on some level a concept album, right? In terms of all the songs being named after different tarot cards. But
which I was gonna mention. Like that's an easy motif for me.
Yeah, I recently watched JoJo's. They might have.
What
was it? Did they do that with the tarot cards, or was it with the elements, or was it both?
The latest album, the really heavy one, Incarceration.
Oh yeah, they did. The Emperor, Temperance. Yes. Yep. So it makes me want to go listen to that In Heart's Wake album.
It's really heavy. It's like a deathcore album.
Oh geez. Okay. Well, you know what? Fuck it. I'll give it a try. Fame on Fire are making me want to go listen to another band's music and then come back to theirs. What world am I living in? I don't know. I feel like all the aspects of this band that made them feel to me like, this is almost a fucked thing to say, but you haven't earned the title of like a real band, in the same way that I think Our Last Night has regressed from being a real band. I think that these guys had the worst growing pains of all time and have turned it into something that's honestly really enjoyable. It's not the most impressive thing you'll hear all year. There's nothing super technical about it. It's not mind-blowing. It's not pushing any boundaries, but what it's doing is hard rock, and it's leaning into metalcore in some ways, and it's doing it really, really well with a great ear for melody and a great understanding of what works and what doesn't. I don't feel like it got repetitive at any point. There were great motifs throughout the album and each individual song. The songwriting felt way more mature. I think that this is an album worth listening to and recommending, which I would have never in a million years thought that I'd be saying that about this album, about a Fame on Fire album. But they of all, we've got an award for most improved band of the year artist, right? All right. Yep. Sorry to spoil it. I know who my title's going to. I mean, this is what it's like night and day. This is one of those artists where you find an artist like randomly through shuffle, and you hear a song you really like, and you go back and their discography doesn't sound at all the same, and it's just really disappointing. That's this.
You know what's crazy about the night and day analogy, though? If you look at the cover art for Welcome to the Chaos, there's a moon on that.
It's nighttime.
It's like, even look how, I shouldn't say it about the art, but look how much more mature and organized looking the album Fire is, or the album cover is.
The album Fire.
Album Fire, yeah. I'm looking at Frame on Fire on the cover, but no, I mean, like, it really does feel like they went through the musical equivalent of puberty and are like adults now. Like, seriously,
I'm so happy for them.
I don't know how else to put it. I'm not sure this is a top 10 album of the year, just because, like I said, it doesn't have necessarily a lot to offer at its peaks. I feel like its peaks aren't super, super high, but its valleys aren't low at all. And it's just very consistently really good, really easily digestible music. I really like this. I'm surprised, but Fame on Fire put out a really good album.
Love to see it.
Jacob, you have to listen though.
I will. One day.
Someday.